What is the average case value for a wrongful death case in Gadsden County? As a wrongful death attorney based out of Tallahassee with offices throughout North Florida, I have handled a lot of wrongful death cases out of Gadsden County, and one of them I took to trial and I took all the way to verdict. And so as I was preparing for that trial and negotiating a settlement, trying to negotiate a settlement on the case, I looked for all of the Gadsden County jury verdicts that involved wrongful death. And so I ended up finding 7 verdicts, and they range from 0, which is a defense verdict, to $4,825,000. The average wrongful death case that I found for 7 cases that went to trial and went to verdict in Gadsden County was basically 1.2 and change, $1.2 million in change. Now, I do feel like I should say, though, I don't think that that number accurately reflects what the potential case value is in Gadsden County, because Gadsden County is well known for being having a jury pool that is sensitive to the losses that someone has to suffer as a result of a wrongful death. And in fact, when I have a wrongful death case in Gadsden County, I always express to the adjuster and to everybody involved as I'm negotiating the settlement that I am happy about the fact that it's in Gadsden County, because the Gadsden County people are compassionate and they're empathetic. And that's what you want on your jury pool if you have a wrongful death case. Now, the one case that I did try and go to verdict in Gadsden County on a wrongful death case, it ended up in a $5 million damages verdict. In other words, the jury, when assessing my client's damages, which was all mental and emotional pain and suffering, my client was the father of a young woman, a 23-year-old woman who got killed. And when the jury assessed his mental and emotional pain and suffering, they assessed it as they gave him a $5 million verdict. Now, that verdict had to be reduced because of the comparative negligence of other defendants. It was reduced to a $1.7 million judgment. And then my client, the survivor of the deceased daughter, actually died before the judgment came out. The final judgment came out, and so that eliminated the case altogether. But when the jury assessed the damages in the case, they gave $5 million for my clients. I think they gave $1 million for past pain and suffering. That's pain and suffering from the date of his daughter's death up until the date of the trial, and they gave $4 million for future pain and suffering, which they calculated his life expectancy of 20 years and gave him $200,000 per year for the rest of his life. So, but anyway, the Gadsden County jury verdict, the average jury verdict for the 7 cases I saw was $1.284 million, but I wouldn't take too much from that, because I feel like every case is different. Well, definitely every case is different. In fact, there are so many factors that go into the value of a wrongful death case that it requires a skilled and experienced wrongful death attorney. If you have any questions about the value of your wrongful death case, I am available for consultation. The consultation is free. My number, I'm Jimmy Fasig. I am a wrongful death attorney. I'm the senior partner of Fasig Brooks Law Offices, and my phone number is 850-777-7777. That's 850-777-7777.